morning. Oh, you guys are really quiet. Good morning. Did that make anyone feel like they're back in school? Excellent. All right. Well, my name's Melissa. I'm really excited to be here with you this morning. We are talking about God's kingdom today. God's kingdom, also known as the kingdom of heaven. We're going to learn a little bit about that, and we're going to find out why did Jesus put it in the Lord's Prayer. So as we're learning about the Lord's Prayer, this series is all about the Lord's Prayer, which is a prayer that Jesus used to teach us how to pray. He gave us this prayer so that we could understand the different things that we can chat to God about. And today we get to learn about his kingdom and his will. All right, so who has a good imagination? Yep, great. So I'm going to get you guys to use your imagination. So I want you to imagine your favorite place. If you could create your favorite place, what would that look like? Would there be animals in your favorite place? Would there be books? Would there just be walls and walls of books in your favorite place? Would there be games? Maybe some of you like gaming. Maybe some of you like crafts. What would be in this place? So I just want you to take a moment and pause, and just in your mind, in that place where you can create pictures, I want you to just think about what this place would look like. What are you doing there? Is it colorful? Are there comfy places to sit? I want you to think about the people that you would invite into this place. They would be the people that you love, your best friends, your family. Okay, so we have this in our minds. I've brought something with me. I've got a puzzle. I love doing Disney princess puzzles. In my favorite place, I would have puzzles. And it might look like that. It might be like a princess castle. Now, I want you to think about how you feel. What does this place feel like? What are you feeling in this place? Is it peaceful? Is it calm? Is there lots of excitement and fun? What's not in this place, I wonder? There's no madness. There's no anger. Nobody's upset with anybody. You don't have to wait in line to do anything. There's no sadness. Nobody's lonely. Does that sound like a place that you want to be? Yeah. Well, did you know that the kingdom of heaven is like that? God's kingdom is where Jesus reigns in heaven. And it's a place where there's only good things. There is love, there is kindness, there is joy, there is company, good company. Nobody is sad, nobody is lonely, nobody gets hurt. Does that sound like a place that you want to be? Give a shout out if you think that would be an awesome place. Yeah. All right. Those of you online, I hope that you scared your parents or whoever you're watching with your big shout out. So heaven is God's kingdom, and God and Jesus, they're king there. And because they're perfect, their rule is perfect, and that place is perfect. Now, we don't get to live in heaven right now, do we? And the world that we live in is not perfect, is it? Because who experiences sadness? Raise your hand. Who experiences being lonely? Who gets angry and maybe makes bad choices when they're angry? I do. Yeah. So we don't get to live in heaven right now. But if you are a friend of Jesus, will you get to live in heaven one day with him? Yes, absolutely. But I have really, really good news for you. Because if you are a friend of Jesus, you get something special. And that is access to the kingdom of heaven. Do you guys know what that means, having access to something? Yeah. So it means you need two things to have access to something. You need permission. So someone has to give you that permission to be there or to have that thing. And you need a way to get it. And because of Jesus, we have both. So we have permission to have the things of the kingdom in heaven with us because of Jesus' death and what he did. And when we accept his friendship, we get permission to access the kingdom of heaven. And we also have a way through Jesus by praying, chatting with him. We get to ask for those things from the kingdom of heaven. We get to have all those good things, the peace, the love, the joy, the healing, the company, all those things we can ask for. Now, in our story, there was a man named Peter. Where was he? In the Bible, there's a story about Peter. Where was he? In jail. Has anyone ever been in jail before? Gosh, I would hope not. Has anyone ever had a timeout before? Yeah, kind of like jail, but not as bad. So what do you think that Peter needed from the kingdom? What things do you think he needed? Do you think he needed maybe to be safe? He needed safety? Do you guys think he needed freedom? Yeah, he needed freedom. So a bunch of other followers of Jesus, Jesus' friends who are friends of Peter, what did they do when they needed those things? They prayed. They had a chat with God, and they said, we want Peter freed. Because freedom and safety are things that are from the kingdom of heaven. And because they were friends of Jesus, do they have access to the freedom and the safety of heaven? Yeah, absolutely. And did God answer that prayer? Yes. He literally sent an angel, a being from heaven, to save Peter and to give him safety and freedom. That's so cool. Has anyone ever seen an angel before? Oh, I wonder what an angel would look like. Very cool. If you've seen an angel, I think that's really exciting, and I'd love to hear about it. So Jesus showed us in his prayer, the Lord's Prayer, the very beginning of it says, our Father in heaven, may your name be kept holy. May your kingdom come and your will be done. So Jesus was teaching us that we have to ask for that, don't we? Because he said, I want your kingdom to come. So that's something we have to ask for, and we can do that through prayer. When we need something, there's a lot of good things about being part of the kingdom of heaven, but one of those things is that we get to have it when we need it. So when we need those things, when we're in a situation that's a bit tricky, and we're lonely, or we're feeling angry, or we're sad, or we're hurt, we can pray and ask for God's kingdom to be in our life, and we can ask for God's kingdom to be in someone else's life. So if you imagine back to that place that you thought was amazing and how you felt and what kind of feelings and what kind of things were happening in there, the peace, the comfort, the joy, all that sort of stuff, and you want that, all you have to do is pray. Have a chat with God and ask him to give you those things, and he will. Because he gives us what we need. And the part where it says that your will be done means that we have to trust that when we ask for it, God's going to give it to us in a way that he knows is best. It might not look like what we think it should look like, but he will give us the kingdom in a way that he knows is best. And we can trust that because he is a good Father, and he is a good God, and he is a good King. All right, I'm going to invite Adam up here with me, and we are going to pray. All right, let's close our eyes and have a chat with God. Jesus, thank you so much that you gave us a really good tool in the prayer, the Lord's Prayer, to teach us all the things that we can chat with you about. Thank you that even though we don't get to live in heaven right now, we can experience its goodness. And we can experience the good things that you want us to have through chatting with you. So I just pray that this week, whenever we're feeling those icky things that come along with being in a broken world, like sadness or fear or being anxious or lonely, that we will remember that those things aren't in the kingdom. And if we just chat and ask you, you'll give us those things because you love us. So I pray that we will remember that this week. Amen.